Hey everybody, Allison Gardner here. And I wanted to share a quote with you that sort of summarizes my discovery to find peace and to be at peace with myself and my life. And this quote is by Timothy Keller, and he says, "To be loved but not known is comforting but superficial. To be known and not loved is our greatest fear. But to be fully known and truly loved is, well, a lot like being loved by God. It is what we need more than anything. It liberates us from pretense, humbles us out of our self-righteousness, and fortifies us for any difficulty life can throw at us." And I have been thinking about that quote a whole lot in my life lately. As a owner of a small business, as a full-time employee at a university, as a supporter of a spouse with mental illness, and trying to raise awareness of what it is to support someone with a mental illness or to support someone with a disability or a chronic or terminal illness, you often find yourself giving and giving and giving and trying to support others so that they feel known and helping others so that they feel loved and trying to give so much good into the world. But what you also can find is that you have given yourself away. And as I've been pondering on how to find myself and how to love myself, I realized that every person on the face of the planet needs three things. And those three things, I'm gonna have to switch it now. Those three things are, first, to be known, to be supported, to be understood, and to be loved. And when we have those three things, then we feel supported. And as I've often thought about this direction that I want to go of supporting supporters, I realized I can't give that knowledge to anybody. I can share knowledge, but I can't make anybody else feel loved. I can't make anybody else feel known. I can't make anybody else feel understood. But I can teach you how to learn those for yourselves. For most of my life, I have looked outside myself by the actions that I do, but by what other people say about me, by what family said about me. And I looked out to try and determine my worth and to determine my value. And I bought into a lie. And that lie was that my worth and my value could be found on the outside, when my worth and my value only comes from inside, from who I am at my core, from my eternal worth and value. And so moving forward, I would love to invite you on a journey with me of discovering how each one of us can feel loved, can feel understood, and can feel known. Because to be loved and not understood doesn't feel a whole lot like love. And to feel loved but not known feels like, how can you really love us if you don't know us? And the true goes for ourselves. If we don't understand ourselves and if we don't know ourselves, then how can we love ourselves? And so I would invite you in the next 24 hours to think about who you really are. And I want you to sit down and write a list so that you can come to know ourselves. So often we define ourselves by what we do. So often we define ourselves by the value that we put out into the world. But who are you? So the very first step is to just come to know who you are. For me, I might have what I do reveals who I am, but it doesn't determine my worth. So pay attention to the things you value. Pay attention to the kind of music you listen to. Pay attention to the kinds of things that make you tick. What do you care about? What kinds of books do you like to read? What kind of conversations do you like to have with people? Because as you come to understand who you are, it's a lot easier to hear lies that show up from the media, from the adversary, from the stuff going on around us. When you know who you are, then when lies start showing up, you can call them out. And instead of spiraling down because you believed one lie that led to another lie, that led to another lie, that you're worthless and you're pointless and you don't do any good, you can instead say, this is a truth about myself that I value and I care about, and I'm going to hold on to this. And I'm going to step into the power of what this is. I matter because of this truth. And it's not about what you do, but it's just about who you are. And as we do this foundational work, then we'll start working up to understanding our eternal value, because someone said, you just need to know who you are eternally. What's your eternal worth? And I went, I don't even know who I am today. So how do I know what I was before and what I'll be after? Start with today, and then we'll work up to the bigger stuff. But please know, you do matter. And the journey of being able to know yourself, understand yourself, and love yourself is so important, because outside sources, things out here, can't give that to you. But you discovering it for yourself can change your life so that you feel supported and you feel encouraged to keep going. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you next time as we delve into our worth and as we delve in to being known, understood, and loved. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!